Welcome to today's Explainer, everyone. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here. As a vet, I get a ton of questions from pet parents wondering, what is my furry best friend trying to tell me? Well, today, we're basically setting up a virtual consultation room to decode exactly that. And we're going to do it by looking at them in one of their most vulnerable states, their sleep.
Okay, let's dive into this. We usually just think of sleep as downtime, right? Just a simple biological necessity. But in the veterinary behavioral world, we actually view it as a massive diagnostic tool. Analyzing exactly how your dog positions their body while they're out cold gives us this incredibly direct, unfiltered window straight into their nervous system. See, a dog's nervous system doesn't just power down completely the way ours might. So their sleep postures end up being highly active indicators of their internal state, and really their overall mental health.
So here's our roadmap for today's consultation. We've got 1. Decoding your dog's sleep. 2. Signs of healthy, secure sleep. 3. The playful Superman pose. 4. Diagnosing stress and guarding.
Section 1. Decoding your dog's sleep. Let's jump into our first core principle, which really shifts how we think about a resting animal.
Here's the big takeaway right off the bat. Sleep equals communication. It is a vital, nonverbal dialogue between you and your dog. Unlike us humans who can just complain out loud about a stressful day at work, a dog's main way of showing environmental stress is through their resting body language. So our goal today is to look at some very specific physiological postures. We want to diagnose whether a dog feels totally secure in their home or if they're actually secretly holding on to stress. They might not speak our language, but let me tell you, their resting bodies speak volumes.
Moving on to Section 2. Signs of healthy, secure sleep. Before we can spot any red flags, we really need to know what a perfectly healthy, trusting dog looks like when they finally settle down for a nap. Here are 3 fantastic indicators of a highly secure dog with their legs up in the air and sleeping directly on the owner's bed. In the clinic, we absolutely love seeing these signs. They literally tell us we're looking at a perfectly adjusted family pet who feels totally at peace in their territory, even if, it means they're happily hogging your entire couch. Now, what's clinically fascinating here is the physiology behind side sleeping. This is when your dog is stretched out laterally, legs to one side. From an evolutionary standpoint, this posture completely exposes all their vital organs to the room. In the wild? No way. A vulnerable animal would never do this. So it's a huge indicator of deep rest and extreme security. It's actually the go-to position for most healthy dogs who just genuinely love living with their humans. If you see this, you can be sure you're... Let's compare those next 2 highly affectionate sleep styles. First up, back sleeping. When they just fully expose their belly to the world, that is the ultimate sign of 100% trust. Behavioral research actually shows we often see this fully adjusted posture in dogs adopted since puppyhood who are loved like actual children. On the flip side, sleeping on the owner's bed shows this incredible, deep love and perfect attachment. They're actually drawn there by your specific scent, which acts like a massive psychological comfort to them. Think about it. A dog's olfactory receptors are thousands of times more sensitive than ours, so sleeping wrapped in your scent is basically a biological security blanket for them. All right, Section 3, the playful Superman pose. Let's shift gears to a super specific behavior that sits right on the edge of resting and high-energy play. We call this one the Superman position. You definitely know it when you see it. Front and back legs are just fully extended straight out across the floor, making them look exactly like a flying superhero. It is hilarious, and it pretty much always gets a laugh out of pet parents. But I promise you, there's a real, scientifically documented reason why they take this exact posture. This brilliantly illustrates something called active rest. When your dog is in the Superman pose, our clinical diagnosis is that they aren't deeply asleep at all. Their muscles are totally primed. It's kind of like a track runner setting their feet in the starting blocks. They are just in a purely playful mood, taking a quick breather between activities. Because their limbs are already completely extended, they are mechanically ready to jump right up and play at the absolute slightest sound in the house. Section 4. Diagnosing stress and guarding. Okay, let's shift our tone a bit to the more serious diagnostic phase. While we love the relaxed, playful stuff, as a vet, it's my duty to be vigilant and help you spot behavioral red flags. This brings us to the donut shape. This is when a dog curls up super tightly in the middle, folding their body inward to protect their soft tissue. Now, we see this all the time in street dogs who have to survive in harsh, unpredictable environments. To be fair, sometimes a pet dog takes this shape simply because the room is a bit cold and they're just trying to conserve body heat. But if your house is toasty and they're doing this constantly indoors, That's a diagnostic warning. They are self-soothing because they do not feel secure in their surrounding environment.
So, the crucial point here is the stark contrast between these two profiles. A side sleeper is secure, healthy, and getting that deep, restorative sleep. But a chronic donut sleeper, they're signaling that they feel unsafe, they lack trust, and they are highly stressed. As pet parents, knowing exactly what to look for means you can intervene early. If we just let it go unchecked, chronically elevated cortisol levels from all that ongoing stress can literally weaken their immune system and seriously impact their overall health.
Here is another major stress indicator: when a dog rests with their paws on their head. This is an incredibly tense resting position that we see frequently in working dogs or tired guard dogs. Even when they desperately need a nap, they feel this intense pressure of duty to protect the house or the yard. Because of that, they're forced to sleep incredibly lightly so they can react to a pin dropping. It's a posture completely born of necessity and environmental stress. And honestly, even the sweetest suburban golden retriever might start sleeping like this if there's just too much chaos, foot traffic, or loud noises outside the window. It accidentally tricks their brain into a hyper-vigilant guard mode.
Section 5. Making your dog feel safe. All right, we've diagnosed the potential issues, so let's step into our final phase. As your prescribing behavioral vet today, how do we actually fix this?
Well, let's move to our actionable treatment plan for a stressed dog, pulled straight from behavioral veterinary practices. It really comes down to two absolute must-dos. Step 1. Ground them with attention. And I don't just mean sitting on your phone in the same room. I mean dedicated, uninterrupted play or a nice massage every single evening to actively lower their heart rate. Step 2. Consciously engineer a safe environment to build trust. Give them a quiet, covered crate or a super comfy bed in a low-traffic corner of the house. By giving them a sanctuary where they are literally never disturbed, you prove to them that they are completely safe. They don't need to be on guard duty. By actively addressing that environmental anxiety, we can absolutely transition a dog from that stressed-out donut shape right back into the healthy, deep sleep they deserve.
So I want you to put your brand new veterinary diagnostic skills to the test right away. Keep an eye on your pet's sleep today. Which position do they use the most? Are you seeing that deep trust or maybe some hidden stress? Let us know what you find and tell us your furry friend's name. I'll leave you with this final thought. Tonight, when the lights go out, your dog is going to tell you exactly how they feel about the life you've built together. The question is, now that you speak their language,